How are you doing? My name is Linda, and today we're going to talk about how Anna Delvey used the 48 laws of power to manifest her rich girl lifestyle. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button because I talk about dating, seduction, and womanhood topics to help you manifest your dream lifestyle. So, who is Anna Delvey? Now, there's this trending movie that's going on Netflix, and it's called Inventing Anna, and it's about this immigrant young girl who scammed her way into the socialite circle of New York City. And it's remarkable just how she did it. She faked her personality, she faked her whole entire background, and she was known as this fake heiress. And as I was watching that series, I was like, no, there are some tips that we could actually learn from. If we use those positively, we could actually get to, live the lifestyles that we want. And as I was watching it, I kept correlating it to the 48 laws of power. And I'm like, there are some similarities. And I think I have over 10 laws that she used. So that's what I'll be talking about. Yeah. So let's start with the first law of power, which is never outshine your master. Anna Delvey did this so well. At the beginning of the series, when she was with her boyfriend, Chase, and Chase was the one who had the connection to Nora. And Nora is this wealthy woman who had all the links to the social circles. Now, Nora really liked Chase, who was Anna's boyfriend. And what Anna did so well was she really knew how to lay low. Chase ended up living in Nora's house. And of course, because Anna was Chase's girlfriend, she came along to live with them. And she never at one point, wanted to outshine Chase. That was earlier on in at the beginning. But with time, she knew that Nora really liked Chase. Nora was the one who was helping Chase to get all the funding, all the connections. Anna stayed still. And this brings me to the second law of power: conceal your intentions. Anna laid low. She never made Chase know what her intentions were. And it was only until Anna was actually at a fundraiser, not at a fundraiser. Chase was invited to this networking event, which of course he had to work his way through. And he really wanted to pitch his idea for his tech startup. And of course, the men who were there were really not interested in talking shop. So Anna came out. Anna is the one who made him secure the deal because she came in and helped Chase close that deal. So all of a sudden, Chase no longer looked at Anna as just another girlfriend. She became an asset to his life. So it was after that, the fact that she had become a real asset. And you see, this is the thing. You can be with a man as a girlfriend, but it does not necessarily mean he looks at you like an asset. You can easily be his sexual interest, but for you to be an asset kind of woman, you need to be able to add much more value than just being a sexual release. And that's what Anna did. Once she dug her hooks into Chase, that is when now you start to see her intentions started to come out slowly by slowly. And it turned out to be that she was also extremely ambitious. She wanted to start her own foundation, and she cleverly concealed those intentions from Chase because she knew Chase was the rich boyfriend she was going to use him, quote unquote, to come up to become whatever it is that she wanted. Yeah. So let's go to the law number 5. Because I'll be picking out the laws that I feel were relevant to Inventing Anna. So law number 5, so much depends on your reputation, and you have to guard it with all your heart. And this is something that Anna did so well. She carefully managed her image. She carefully managed her reputation. If you remember, even at the trial, she really upset the judge. And it's because she said she wanted her image to be portrayed in a particular way. She was so clear to her lawyer, Todd, when she said that for her, the kind of reputation she wants is she wants to be known as this ambitious business woman. And that is what she was going to stick with, and that's what she really gathered throughout the entire series. So she was fierce in terms of protecting her reputation, and she managed her image in a particular way. From her dressing, to her style, to her lifestyle, and even the way she presented herself. And this is something she had to grow with over the time. Because remember, this was just an immigrant girl from Russia. And she got her way in. And of course, she never wanted anybody in this New York elite circles to know, because of course, they would not accept her. Okay, so let's go to law number 6. Court attention at all costs. Oh my goodness, Anna was the queen of attention. From the way she moved, I mean, just from her Instagram, everything was Instagrammable for her. Every single thing. She made sure that at whatever point in time, she was portraying the right kind of personality, the right kind of image. All her holidays, all her dinners, everything had to be big. Where she was being seen, she wanted attention right to the very end. And if you remember at the trial, towards the end, when she came in and she was dressed up, then she started looking around. Then she asked Neff, where is all the media? Where is all the attention? For her, her goal was very, very clear. And even for her to grant an interview to Vivian Kent, it was because Vivian finally understood what Anna really wanted. And she was clear. She said she wants to be famous. So, of course, for you to be famous, it's all about attention, attraction, and that's something she did till the very, very end. Okay? Then, let's go to law number 11. Learn to keep other people dependent on you. Anna was generous. She knew how to get her way through people. So if you look at her circle, especially the ones who remained with her until the very end, Neff, Rachel, Casey, all these people were benefiting from Anna. And Anna was actually promoting them in her own way. Neff, she was bought. Everywhere Anna went, she bought loyalty. She was generous with the tips. She kept dishing out money. I mean, if you look at Rachel as well, Rachel came into her circle because Rachel wanted the whole Vanity Fair thing. And Anna was already connected in that Vanity Fair circle. So indirectly, she also benefited. Of course, we saw the book deal at the end. Everyone around Anna, it was not just a pure friendship. At the beginning, she bought her way around everything. Even with the cabs, you saw how much money she always used to dish out. People were so dependent on her, and that's why she had a very small transactional circle, but they really were loyal to her. Look at Vivian, how she ended up. Of course, it was a give and take for both of them, but at the root of it all, she depended on Anna to, reposition her career. Todd also was dependent on Anna for the success of his career. So literally everybody around Anna were dependent on her. And you realize she never had to go and say, oh, you need me. No, it's just the strategies that she used. And that's what I really loved about Anna. Honestly, yes, what she did was not morally right, but the way she used strategy was amazing. And for her to only be 25 years old, I mean, honestly, you have to give it to her. Okay? Then let's go to the other law. I think that's law number, what is this? Number 12. when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest. And this is closely linked to the point I said before. Everybody around Anna, there was a self-interest agenda that they were advancing. So even when you look at like I mentioned, Vivian's relationship, this is the journalist. If you look at Todd, nobody could walk away from Anna because they all had their selfish interests, which Anna was at the root of everybody else. Yeah. So, and you know, sometimes, and this happens a lot, when you're asking somebody for a favor, you go and you say, oh, please help me, I really want this thing. And the person will look at you like, and especially even for work, you go and ask somebody for a favor and they are looking at you like, why should I do this report for you? What they're trying to tell you is, what is in it for me? Everybody always has something that they want to fulfill. So instead, next time when you're asking someone for something, especially if it is a favor, and even if you look at the whole dating thing, if at the beginning, if you want to ask a man for gifts, let it be gifts that will also be beneficial to him. So if you're dating, you want him to buy you a dress. This dress, is it for you? How will it benefit him? And of course, this is earlier on before you get cemented into a relationship where gifts and all these nice things become a must. But at the beginning, it's all about seeing how does whatever I want benefit the other person. Then that way you get everything that you want in a much easier way. Okay? Then let's go to law number 19. Keep others in suspense and create an air of unpredictability. Do you know throughout the whole entire series, Anna was never rented an apartment. Like, where was her home? Literally. She was either in hotels or flying somewhere, on holiday somewhere. Like, there was no permanent address that Anna kept. So, of course, that just shows you the way her lifestyle was. It was really footloose. Like, for her, everything was so dynamic. So that air of unpredictability makes you, it creates mystery. People can't really place you. They can't really mark you down and say, okay, Anna is like this, Anna is like that. No. So just her whole lifestyle was one big mystery. And if you also realize, she really never kept close friends around her. Yes, they were her circle, they were her squad, but nobody really ever knew the true Anna. And that was the suspense, the unpredictability that nobody could ever really figure out. So at one point, she's portraying this whole party girl personality on Instagram with the parties and the flashy lifestyle. But deep down, she's really this ambitious young woman who really has, you know, great dreams that she wants to materialize. And then go down deeper. At the end of it all, she was just a wounded young little child. And the only person who was able to get a glimpse of that side of her was when she wanted to commit suicide, and then she ended up in hospital. And she only, I feel, played that card because she felt so vulnerable, because at that particular point, they were about to call the cops on her. So she created a whole air of unpredictability that made her like an enigma. Nobody could really figure her out. And let's go to law number 20. Know who you're dealing with and never offend the wrong person. She did this so well, especially with Nora. You see, when I watched the whole series, Nora played a really pivotal role for Anna. And how she played this role was the way Nora took an interest in Anna's boyfriend. Anna knew that she would eventually benefit from the whole relationship. Of course, Nora never really paid so much attention to Anna because, of course, she was this rich, wealthy woman who liked Anna's boyfriend. So she always made Anna do all these small jobs like, oh, go to pick up, take away, or, you know, go do my shopping. So Anna was always this third wheeler on the side, and she was patient. Anna was patient. Of course, she took up, you know, it was slightful to her ego to always be like this third wheel, but she never complained. She knew that there is no way she could complain. So what she did was she quietly made sure that she worked her way into Nora's heart. And deep down, she was also, you know, out there with her own plan. Because she ended up she ran up bills worth, was it 600,000 or something like that on Nora's credit card? Quietly. And by the time Nora found out, Anna was already gone. Anna had already, in fact, at that particular point, Anna had overturned the relationship such that Nora was now really liking Anna at the expense of Chase. Yeah? So never offend the wrong person. And this is close to always know what side your bread is buttered. If you have a boyfriend who is really good to you, and he does what he needs to do, as a woman, you need to be smart. Have your goals, then know what it is that you want out of this relationship. Yeah. And then law number 21, do not commit to anyone. Do you realize out of the whole entire series, Anna only had one boyfriend, that was Chase. After that, there was nobody else. In fact, somebody referred to her as the Virgin of Wall Street. Was it Wall Street? Yes, the Virgin of Wall Street. Basically, she was not anybody's girlfriend. And this is what became so interesting. So she was not really committing to any particular man. She would show up. She knew what she wanted. Of course, she knew what she wanted. And she played up her sexuality when she wanted, because she had that whole gamine, innocent look. She's a young girl in Wall Street with all these power-hungry men. She knew it, but she never committed to anybody. And you see, it was so amazing because her independence really excited men. At some point, you saw there were these two bankers who were really falling for her, but they just could not know how to get to her because she had this cold persona, like, I'm here for business, and there's no rumor around her. It's just her. So she created that independent thing such that she could swing at any given point in time. And if you look at dating, that's how it needs to be. The big mistake that so many women make is you go and commit yourself to someone too soon before weighing the options. The first man who comes along, you commit. No. Even when it comes to seduction, what it says is never commit to the first man. Learn how to wait. Learn how to wait. And then you see which people or which men are presenting themselves. Then from there, you're able to vet and test and decide who makes the cut, who doesn't. So Anna kept her independence and never committed to anyone. She never kept her choices or options closed. That way she was able to swing from, circle to circle, friends to friends. And even when the banks were there with her, she was able to maintain her independence. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to law number 21. No, she used quite a number of these laws. And let me know in the comments what you think so far about the whole inventing Anna thing. So play sucker to catch a sucker, seem dumber than your mark. And this one is so obvious because everybody really underestimated Anna from the word go. I mean, a 25-year-old babe in Wall Street, of course, they never took her seriously. So you see, that way she was able to endear herself to a great deal of extent because she never looked like she had this grand plan in her pocket. She never looked like she would actually come up with this whole plan to swindle people out of $20 million. A 25-year-old girl? No. So everybody used to take her as a joke, and that turned out to be a weakness because she kept pushing, and finally Alan Reed paid attention to her, and see what happened? She was dangerously close to getting the $20 million. And then law number 23, concentrate your forces. Anna was clear. She had a dream team. She never moved from one business idea to another business idea. No. She had a dream team. And you remember when she did her business plan, that was the team she wanted to work with. So for her, her intentions were super clear, and those were the people she wanted around her. When it goes to her friends, she had a very tight circle, and she never expanded that circle. Those are the people she focused on. So that kind of clarity and focus and concentration is what made her keep going for her goals with so much clarity until people gave in. Alan Reed gave in because he saw this is someone who doesn't have fleeting interest, but she's so clear and she's sure that this is the building she wants, this is the concept that she wants, this is the bank that she wants, these are the team that she has, so she focused on those. And then let's go to law number 24, play the perfect courtier. With her friends, Anna was always footing the bill until she started getting money problems. I still have no idea where she got her money from, but she was, for a large part of the series, she kept footing all the bills. So whether it's buying Neff all these beautiful clothes, whether it's treating her friends for the lunches, whether it's going on holiday, for a huge part of that, she was the one always treating. And remember, people like being around generous people. People love, and there was a statement that they say, it was her who said in the movie, that the three things that people really love is image, love, and money. So if you can provide those, people will swarm around you like bees. Yes, she was cold, but the experience around her was always so decadent and so luxurious that people wanted to be around her. Okay? Then law 25, recreate yourself. This one does not need too much of an explanation. From a German immigrant girl to an heiress. That is a complete, yes, you can say fake heiress, but that's a complete 360-degree change on her image. She reinvented herself and she became this whole new character that she saw in the magazines from when she was a little girl. She managed her image, she recreated herself. In fact, it was a shock. Nobody could believe that she came from a lowly background in Germany, because the way she presented herself, the way she dressed, how she moved, the way she spoke, her understated beauty was, oh my goodness, you can't, she did a wonderful job in terms of her own reinvention. Okay, law number 27, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Her friends were like, they treated her like her goddess. Neff opened all her doors, all her VIP doors. Neff played such a huge role. Honestly, I think Neff should have been like a boutique PR strategist or something, because the doors she unlocked for Anna in terms of the social circle, she got into almost all VIP socialite events thanks to Neff. And Neff till the very end could not, stood by her. Her friends, it was just until she started messing up at the end, there's a way they looked at her like this, oh my goodness, this goddess from, another planet. They held her in such a high regard. Okay. Then law number 28, enter action with boldness. She had a goal to be famous. She had a dream to build this $20 million social club. Everything she did was bold. For a 25-year-old girl wanting to make her way in New York City, she was bold with her ask. She was bold with her dreams. She was bold with whatever it is she wanted. Nothing about Anna was low class. In fact, the biggest word I learned from there is don't do anything basic. There was nothing basic about Anna. She was bold and she knew what she wanted. And that is such a rich girl kind of vibe, such that you're not settling for anything less. Everything that you're doing is the very best. And then law number 34, be royal in your own fashion. There was not, like I said, there was nothing basic about Anna, from her dressing to her lifestyle to her entourage. Nothing basic. She treated herself like a queen, and she expected such kind of treatment, and she not even expected, she demanded that kind of respect. Okay. Then despise free lunch. If you realize, Anna was the one who used to do most of the giving. And that's a power position, because if you're always on the receiving end, subconsciously you feel like you owe somebody something. It's the same way somebody helps you to look for a job. You will feel indebted, such that even if you don't like them, if they call you, you feel indebted to call back. If they want to meet you, you feel indebted to meet them. Why? Because they helped you get a job. Yes, they could have said that, yes, it's a noble thing on their side, but just human nature, you feel compelled because somebody did something for you, so you have to do something back to them. But Anna put herself in the power position. She was the one always giving. Even by the time she swindled, what's her name, Rachel, she had benefited quite a bit from that relationship. So Anna despised free lunch. By the time she was coming around to take, there's something you also got out of the deal at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah. And then law number 41, work on the hearts and minds. Oh, this one came out so clearly with Vivian, the journalist. Oh, Vivian and Todd, those two could have killed for Anna. Anna manipulated the two emotionally to a level where, I mean, they were literally losing their homes. And it's in how she did it, which was very narcissistic, but it worked. Anna never paid them compliments. Anna never validated them. Anna always made them feel like they're these lowly people. So what in turn that made them feel was they felt like they really had to prove themselves to her. They felt like she's this small little girl who is so lost, and they're the only ones who can save her. So Anna really played on their emotions, and that also created a form of loyalty that was insane. Of course, yes, Vivian was looking after her career, and so was Todd, but it was more than that. And we saw where Todd was even unable to go on holiday with her family. And that time the wife is talking about divorce. You saw how Vivian had just given birth, and still with her boobs leaking, she left the baby, the child, and went to pursue Anna's story. So that was more than just work. It became a deep emotional connection between the three. Okay. And the last law was assume formlessness. She was really fluid in terms of how she did her things. So she was able to interact with the social circle. She really, for her, it was anything that she wanted, she would do whatever it took to get it. Yeah? And that is something that is so admirable. I mean, if you take it out of the swindling context, not so many people are able, for instance, to, if maybe you know that to get a job, let me use the instance of a job, you need to start at an internship. Not many people will take that option of an internship. But her, she patiently sat and waited for the right moment to strike. And she was able to maneuver her way, not once, not twice. She kept going and going and going and did whatever it took to become so close to her goals. Of course, it did not work out, but yeah, I think she was one very strategic and clever woman for a 25-year-old, and for her to even swindle all that con the social circle, for her to position herself as this heiress, for her to come so dangerously close to getting $20 million. There's something that we can learn for Anna. So let me know what you think about this video. Drop the comments below. And if you're interested in working with me for one-on-one coaching, check out the details below. So bye for now.